All right, guys, we are here still with Frank Anthony Davis, winding down the session 3 on day 2. Frank, I really want to tell you I appreciate you sticking in there with me till the bitter end here. We got a good one coming up right now.
Yeah, it's been fun, Scott. I'm happy to do it, and this is the reason I stuck around. This is the match I looked at the schedule today, and I thought this is the match that I want to see. So, we're getting a really good treat here to get this match as a finish. Collin, like I said earlier, has already won a singles match today versus Tyler Leung, and now who Tyler Leung is I believe the 5th ranked singles player in the world.
Correct, yes.
In GPR. And obviously, Tyson is the #1 ranked singles player in the world. So it'll be interesting to see how well Collin is able to play against Tyson's aggressive, dominating game.
Do we know if Collin and Tyson have ever faced off in a tournament?
I believe they had, and I remember it. It was at the Atlanta Open, and they played first round outside on the stadium court. I was playing behind them against a good friend of mine, Paul Olin. I believe Tyson won pretty handily, but they have played that one time. I think that's the only time they've ever played singles.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Collin has improved tremendously since Atlanta last year. So.
And tremendously, and let's not discount the fact that Tyson is not the easiest first rounds to come across.
I'm sorry.
Our referee calling Tyson on a foot fault.
And then apologizing for calling the foot fault on Tyson.
I don't know how I feel about the apology there. Apologizing to him.
I think that just kind of came out. He might be a little nervous even. You know, I mean, when you're refereeing in these matches, there are some nerves, I think, with these
and it can be intimidating with some of the players. Yeah.
I would certainly be intimidated if Tyson looked at me and said, "Really? Already?" I think the fact that these guys are out here doing this, it really helps enhance our sport. Having a referee for a match is a good thing.
If you notice, Collin just hit a left-handed forehand.
So, interesting tidbit, and I'm glad that he was able to do that early. Collin Johns was a pro tennis player, or still is maybe, or was. He was on the pro tennis tour. And he had 2 forehands. So he can hit a backhand with his right hand, but he can also switch and hit a drive shot or a drop shot.
He can hit a roll drop and a left-handed pass as well.
It's unbelievable.
Very, very incredible, ambidextrous skill.
I mean, again, just really want to brag on the talent that we have here this week. I mean, there's so many unique characteristics from all of you pros that make this what it is. I think that ball just long. I think he called that out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Collin got a good read on that one, and Tyson couldn't get just enough topspin on it.
Collin opting to stay back. Yeah, that's just too good by Tyson.
Yeah, Collin's drops weren't gonna stay low enough for him to be able to move forward. That's why he chose to stay back there. They were gonna bounce too high.
Okay. So far, Collin is hanging in the pocket well right now.
I think Tyson's still doing a little bit of feeling Collin out here. So we'll see how it progresses.
When you say Tyson's doing some feeling out, do you just mean that he's hitting certain shots to see how Collin reacts?
Yeah, that's part of it. I think getting a feel for how the match is going to go, seeing your opponent's shot selection, how the ball comes off their paddle.
We got a little come on by Tyson right there. That's just a
That was one of the better points we've seen is a longer rally with some good angles in the short court.
Collin's returning those balls right down the middle. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's something that he's just not able to get a good beat on the serve. But
it could be intentional. The reason that you would hit to the middle is to limit your opponent's angles. So if you hit to their body in the middle of the court, it shortens their angles. So if you were to swing the ball wide to Tyson's forehand, he can hit it back across court and create a much wider angle. So you have more court to cover.
Makes sense.
Point. 5-2.
We've got an early lead here for Tyson. He was down 1-2 at the side out. Now he's up 5-2. So a 4-point run here by Tyson. Oh, that's just so good by Tyson right there.
Yeah, Collin had an opportunity to go around the post and tried to grab the outside of the ball and curl it in, but it just kind of didn't catch his paddle the right way.
Side out.
Good penetrating volley from Collin. Put some pressure on Tyson to drop that ball back across court, which he wasn't able to do.
That's nasty right there.
Yeah, Collin's third shot floated a little high, and Tyson had pretty much every option in the world and opted to go with an inside-out backhand misdirect, which is impossible to read.
Point.
Talk about Tyson's serve and how much pressure he puts on the opponent.
So, he's going full throttle with just about every single serve. If it's with the Franklin balls we're playing here, it does bite the court a little more, so it gives you a little more chance to read it off the ground. If you're playing with a slicker ball on slicker courts, because one thing I don't know if anybody's mentioned on the broadcast is that this court is actually a lot slower. Even if you're playing with a durable, it's got more traction, which creates makes it for slower play. So Tyson's ball, he gets it deep every time, but it bites into the court and gives you a little more time to react to it. Whereas a durable will penetrate through the court a lot faster. So it puts an incredible amount of pressure on you when you know Tyson's going to hammer the serve just about every time. It makes your return, super, super important and difficult. Wow.
Little cat and mouse game here. Tyson loves this in singles. It's what he does best. That's just really, really good right there by Tyson.
Yeah, he's doing an incredible job of spreading Collin wide on both ends. Which
unreal.
For most players, that's a forehand and a backhand, but for Collin, it's a forehand and a forehand.
Oh, man, that is just...
Yeah,
Tyson moves so well on the court. It's crazy.
His anticipation is top level. He knows where the ball's going to go based on where he hits it. So it makes it seem like he's already there before you're hitting the ball.
2-9. Point.
All right. There you go. Sometimes you just need that 1 point.
3-9.
That's a great shot right there. Passing shot behind Tyson there. Tyson's never going to – he's not going to ever give you any time off.
4-9.
It seems like Tyson's going to constantly be putting pressure on you the whole time from start to finish. I've heard that he was a wrestler, I think, in high school.
Yeah, he was a very top-level wrestler, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that wrestling mentality.
Yeah, he wants to grind.
Oh, Tyson McGuffin is on the screen right now. He has a GPR rating as #1. So if anybody's joining us and they weren't sure who they're watching right now, they are watching the #1 world player in the singles as far as the global pickleball ranking system is concerned. And look at that picture, man. That is just pure focus
and intensity.
Intensity right there. And he really does play like that.
9-4.
All right, 9-4 here. Tyson leading. Oh, wow. I don't think it mattered because Collin was able to get that ball by Tyson, but I think he started to call a foot fault on Tyson, but regardless, it didn't matter.
Yeah, the ball bounced, though, Scott, so I don't know why the referee decided to call a foot fault there.
I think that's why he kind of hesitated a little on it.
Yeah.
He didn't quite call it.
9-4.
Tyson kind of interacting with the crowd right there. I love to see that kind of stuff.
Final port here before the side change.
Oh, that's just so good right there.
Yeah.
Offside.
Tyson's doing an incredible job of spreading Collin wide, and he's putting a lot of pressure on Collin to hit perfect balls back into the kitchen. So I think what we need to see here from Collin is maybe a little more aggression, a little more countering the angles. And there's no doubt in my mind that he can do it. So it'll be exciting to see how this match progresses.
Yeah, I mean, and it's only 10-4. I mean, he's only down 6. Now, that's a tall task to come back down 6 from Tyson, but it can be done here. He's playing well. Oh, wow. What a smooth drink of water right there by Collin Johns for that point.
That's the kind of point that I really like to see from Collin. He kind of gave Tyson a match of his own medicine there with spreading him wide and then punishing the high ball when you get it.
4-10. Point. 5-10.
All right. He's cut the lead in half here.
Side out.
Just short there on that.
10-5. Point.
Also think it's important to note that Tyson is probably in the best shape of his life right now coming into the U.S. Open. And it really does shine and come through during singles matches.
Yeah, you're 100% right about that. And I will say Collin's in very good shape himself. He's
absolutely.
an incredible athlete. I mean, just a beast on the court. Both of these guys are.
5-11.
Yeah, Collin's actually built a little different than Ben, his brother, his younger brother. Collin's got a little more height, I think, and he's just a little thinner, possibly.
I don't know about the height, but Collin is definitely a different body type. He's more, I would say, the ideal tennis player's body type, where it's very thin, super athletic.
Side out.
Where he just has the ability to stay super lean.
Absolutely. All right, he's cut that gap. He's only down 5 right now. That's
Make
too
that
good.
4.
That's a great shot by Collin Johns right there to get that ball back.
6-11. Side out.
So Collin thinks that ball was going to sail out, but he couldn't pull his paddle away in time.
And actually, Tyson said to him, I got away with one. So I think he acknowledged the same thing. Oh, wow. Oh, so outside
rafters.
that could have probably would have gotten over, but
I think it would have gotten over, but it wouldn't have been a good lob. I think Collin would have had a lob overhead opportunity, but never count Tyson out.
look at that right there. He's gonna give that to Collin. That was an excellent passing shot there by Collin Johns.
Yeah, sometimes when you hit a passing shot and it's close and it lands near the line, if you cheer, it kind of makes the opponent think it was in, and I think that one was in, but
Yeah,
it helps. Every little bit helps.
absolutely. So I'm noticing Collin sometimes switches to the left and sometimes he doesn't. So he has both shots in his arsenal there. I guess it depends on what he's trying to accomplish with the shot that he's going to hit.
He has both types. His all types of shots with both wings. I think it's more about his footwork and where he's positioned on the court, whether or not he's going to go to the left hand or right hand. And I think it depends on how his grip feels in his hand as well. Collin tracks down that push that wide ball and hits an aggressive one and gets a little lucky off the net.
8-11.
Just about 5 minutes left in this match, and Collin is on a pretty good run here.
Oh,
that ball hit the outside part of the post. If it was 3 inches wider, it would have went in the court.
Timeout. Score timeout.
All right, we've got a timeout utilized here for 60 seconds by Tyson McGuffin.
I believe his final timeout. Yes, final timeout for Tyson. So
interesting.
With the clock dwindling, Tyson's serve, Collin's down 3 points. I don't think we'll see Collin using any timeouts in this match.
He's going to have to push here, coming under 5 minutes. Collin just popped up on the screen, actually. He's out of Naples, Florida, it looks like. His GPR rating is actually 37. And that's funny because that was my high school football number. I'm just kidding. I mean, it was, but.
Yeah, I don't think Collin has many results. I think that might just be Atlanta.
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit. This ranking system, it calculates certain tournaments and the results that you get in those tournaments. And so if you haven't played a ton of these tournaments that they use for the criteria, your ranking might not be exactly accurate with how good you actually are,
so,
right?
Yeah, I agree. And one thing I want to say is that screen does say Collin is from Naples. I have to give a shout out to my buddy Jarrett Chirico, because Collin's actually going to be moving up to Maryland in the next few weeks to work with my buddy Jarrett Chirico at the Baltimore Country Club. He's going to be teaching pickleball at that club on clay court, permanent clay court pickleball.
He's taking the job up there?
He's taking a job with Jarrett Chirico at the Baltimore Country Club to teach pickleball on 2 permanent clay pickleball courts that Jarrett and the club just had built.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool,
Yeah.
man.
So it'll be great to have Collin up closer to me. I think he may still spend his winters down here, but at least part of the year it'll be nice to have access to such a strong player.
It's a good shot by Collin. Talk to me real quick about Jarrett Chirico, because Jarrett is a character from what I can tell. He is a funny guy from all accounts I can tell.
Jarrett's my man. He's wow, incredible forehand inside out from Collin. Really clutch when time's a factor. He has a good chance to make a match out of this.
We'll come back to Jarrett in a second. Let's watch the end of this. There's 2.5 minutes here.
I think we have to give credit to these guys on the court. They're playing out of their minds right now.
They're battling. It's there. Tyson just able to sustain that point just a little longer there.
14-9.
We're under 2 minutes. 5-point differential with Tyson serving.
Point.
Collin's going to have to act quick here. Time is working against him.
Point.
Maybe a little too late at this point, but we're just about a minute 20 left.
I don't believe Collin used a single timeout this whole game, did he?
Yeah, and it makes it hard to want to use a timeout because you need every bit of time that you have.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you're working against the clock, it's not always advantageous to use your timeouts. If you're up, it certainly is.
Side out.
He called that ball wide.
It was quite a bit wide too.
Point.
Tyson reversing Collins.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how I feel about that, but it looked into me as well. I mean, I thought that the ball was in.
Point.
Well, Scott,
Point.
it's been fun commentating with you today. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think you have spot-on commentary when it comes to knowing these players and knowing what they're trying to accomplish on the court, and I think that really comes through for the viewers. And I got to tell you, man, it's been fun. It's day 2 in the books, and Tyson McGuffin showing why he's the #1 player in singles in the world. We got to go. There's going to be a quick commercial. We're going to do a quick interview, and then we're going to wrap up for the night. Player in the GPR rating system. You just showed right there why you're the #1 player in the world. Talk to us what you did there to take control of that match and complete it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, kudos to what's his name?
Collin Johns.
Sorry, Collin. Collin played great, man. I mean, it was tight for a while, that's for sure. But yeah, Collin has a pretty good cat and mouse game. He moves pretty well from the kitchen line. He was an ex-pro tennis guy, so yeah, I kind of dug my teeth in and was able to kind of come away with some big points there at the very end. I definitely relied on cat and mouse and moving him, using my legs, stuff like that. But kudos to Collin, man. He played great.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to talk to you real quick, man. It looks like you're in the best shape of your life right now. Is that accurate? I mean, when I'm saying that on the commentary, can you back up?
Physically, I've been kicking my butt in the gym, that's for sure. So yeah, it's probably like the fittest I've been. I'm definitely trusting my training and trusting my endurance and stuff like that. So hoping to have a good day on Sunday at the U.S. Open.
Absolutely, man. I think it's really showing, man, especially in singles. You look like you're a monster out there right now. All right, bud. Thanks, Tyson. All right, we're going to see real quick if we can get Collin to come over here real quick with me. We're going to wrap up the night with this last interview. I know Collin and the rest of the players are ready to get going, pack up and get home. Collin, thank you for taking this last bit of time here. Man, what a fun match to watch to end up in the night. Obviously playing a tough competitor in Tyson. That game was really close early. He did find ways to get that done, but, man, you were battling the whole time.
Yeah, he's one of the toughest players in pickleball, of course, so you always know it's going to be a big challenge playing Tyson and a lot of physical points. But yeah, it was a lot of fun out there, and I think we had some entertaining rallies.
Oh, for sure, man. The crowd loved it. Obviously, as a commentator, love those kind of matches. You always did a lot of cat and mouse stuff. Man, that's exhausting just watching that. Is it as exhausting for you guys as it is for us?
I guess so. Yeah, there were a couple timeouts taken, and definitely could have been a couple more if we'd been going out there much longer. So yeah, physical points all through.
I love it. Man, thanks so much for taking the time to do the last interview. All right, guys, that's the wrap-up for day 2 of the Pickleball Global Challenge Cup.